Sorry ladies and gentlemen, let me just get some class 37 fumes out of my lungs. Oh, it's worth it, what a smell. Welcome to this narrated video of my footage taken at the Keighley Valley Railway on April 11th, 2015. Joining me is Gareth and Nick. Well, at least in company, not in narration, I'm afraid. They're not here. But I did pick them up on their way. And we spent the whole day together. It really was, what a fantastic day. This is the train that took us all the way from Oxenhope up to the other end, up to Keighley. It's a stunning Class 37. Absolutely beautiful. We only just made it. Just by pure fluke, we got there when the train was in the station and was about to leave. And yeah, we only just made it. They held the train for us, which was really cool. And the driver knew I was filming, because just watch this bit coming up. He slows right down and then really opens up the throttle. Watch. How cool is that? And I tell you, it's a shame you don't get the smell on YouTube, because it is beautiful. So there we go, it's run around the train and it's just about to back up onto it to shoot us back down to Oxenhope again. So as I say, yeah, we only just made it. Unfortunately, a slight oversight meant that we navigated all the way up to Keighley when we only needed to navigate to Oxenhope. So we did arrive later than we planned, but the staff were really incredible. I mean, seriously friendly. The staff on the Bluebell Railway are friendly, and the staff on the Severn Valley Railway are friendly. The staff on every railway I've been to are friendly, but the staff on this railway are probably the friendliest. I don't know whether it's a Yorkshire thing, but they seriously were incredibly nice. Every single member of staff I met was just amazing. Nothing is too much trouble for you. And we had mixed weather. It was not too bad. As you can see, it's quite sunny at the moment, but there was the odd little bit of rain, the odd little shower. It genuinely wasn't too bad though. The drive was the worst thing. Lots and lots of rain on the way. Just look at that. What a beast. I love the Class 37. I was so fortunate to have the Class 37 running that day. And the other locomotive was an 8F, but a WD, a War Department, an austerity 8F. Look at that. So we'd already popped back on by this point, and then we got out at Haworth to go meet Alistair. So we had met him by this point. I think he's just behind me, out of shot. So we watched the train head on back down to Oxenhope again, and we thought we'd go check out the model shop. Pennine Models, I think it's called. So yeah, here we are. This is the high street sort of thing that runs through Haworth, and that is the model shop. I do recommend you check it out. It's absolutely rammed full of everything you could imagine, but there's not much room in there, it has to be said. So meanwhile, back at Oxenhope, Haworth, yeah, Haworth Station, I met a fellow YouTuber, well, he's about to start doing YouTube, I think, called Ben, and I met his family, and it was lovely to meet them. So I'm waving right now, even though you can't see me. So hi Ben and family, thank you for meeting me. It was really, really nice to meet you. Really were a lovely family. So this is the Steam, this is the 8F that had just pulled into Haworth. So it was time to get on board, get comfy, and compare this particular locomotive to the Class 37. I did buy some stuff from the model shop, by the way. I did. I bought a little N-gauge brake van, and I bought a gorgeous bus, a really, really nice bus, as well as a little police car, a 1980s police car. I'll put photos on that on the Facebook page and on Twitter. So here we are, motoring along. Both locomotives were incredible. It didn't matter whether you were being hauled by the Class 37 or the Class 8F WD Austerity. They were both fantastic all day. I didn't hear of any problems, any wheel slippage or any failures. Just incredible service all day. And what's really nice about the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway is it's not too long. It's not too long and it's not too short. It's just the right length. So there's plenty of time to go up and down the line multiple times in a single day. The Rover ticket is really worth it. And this is the locomotive descending down the bank now into Keighley. It's a fair gradient, to be honest, but it does mean you get some great video footage as the locomotives power up that bank. You'll see the sign on the platform soon, saying Keighley. There we go, see it just over towards the left? The whole line is beautiful, and at Keighley it connects to the national network. So you can jump off here and get onto a proper train, if you know what I mean. Although, to be honest, this is the proper train. That soulless EMU thing pulling into the other platform, that is not a proper train. This is a proper train. This station is just so beautiful. It really, I mean, just look at it. It is just beautiful. And there's a fantastic little shop there selling books and gifts, and they even do fresh pasties and sandwiches and things. It's brilliant. Look at that. I mean, I said the Class 37 was a beast, but so's, well, no, she's not a beast. She's a beautiful lady. Just look at that. Such a classic locomotive. I do love the standing 8Fs, I do. A beautiful locomotive. See, this is why you need a camcorder, folks. You can't get shots like this on an iPad. Come on, make the investment. You can get a good camcorder for about 150 quid up. This particular model is about 350 quid. But it's the zoom, people. Look at this. It's the zoom. You can get some fantastic... It doesn't matter how many people are stood in front of you or how big that guy's afro is. With a zoom lens, you can really get some great shots. So, as soon as you can, I recommend you upgrade and invest in a camcorder. You won't regret it. Just get a good make. Just get a good... I use Sony camcorder stuff all the time. The lenses are great, the features are great, they're really well built, but so long as you spend a decent amount of money, you'll get a good one, I'm sure. There were so many people stood in front of me at this point. It's like, get out of the way, people. Oh, just look at that. It's like it's alive. See the tender? Did you notice the tender? That's not a Stania tender. So, she's taking on a drink at this point. I don't know whether they did that at every station, or whether it was just at Keighley, or whether it was just a couple of times a day. It was impossible to monitor because we were up and down the line so many times on different trains. But yeah, I mean, it was just incredible to see two of my all-time favourite locomotives on what is fast becoming one of my favourite railway lines. You can feel, even from this distance, you can feel the warmth coming from that locomotive. It's just incredible. Nice shot of all the coupling rods and connecting rods there. All the linkage. You can see the cylinders. Just look at that, folks. Come on, that is just beautiful, isn't it? So you don't get that with diesels. As amazing as some of the diesels are, you don't get all the movement, all the linkage. It's not the same. But you do get that lovely roar and the smell of the diesel fumes. It really was a perfect day. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. Such lovely people, such lovely staff. Met so many fellow YouTubers like Alex, Joe, Zach, James, Ben, Bradley, and of course Gareth and Nick. And the scenery is just so picturesque as well. It's typical Yorkshire scenery. You know, you've got all these little workers' cottages tucked into the hillside and tucked into the towns. You can tell it's you know, the industrial north. We're talking coal and we're talking cotton mills and all of that sort of thing. You know, all the stuff that help to make the country great, basically. But it's often overlooked and neglected now, which is criminal, absolutely criminal. But I do recommend you go. It's beautiful. Keighley's not too bad. It's quite a nice town. It's not terrible. It's definitely not as nice as the others. Haworth is really quite pretty. Oakworth, of course, which I don't actually have any footage of because there's nothing there. So we just shot. Well, there's a few things there, but we didn't get off the train. So we just shot through Oakworth every time. Of course, Oakworth is famous because of the Railway Children, so it's definitely worth getting off and checking it out. But Oxenhope is my favourite, right down at the southern end of the line. I really recommend you go to Oxenhope. It's great for parking. It's a beautiful station, and there's a gigantic exhibition area where you can check out lots of locomotives and carriages and stuff. It's really, really good. And where was it at Ingro West? I think it was at Ingro West where there's the carriage workshops. There's footage later. This guy, I mean, he's got like the eye protection on, so you can tell he's serious, but he's using what, an iPhone or some Samsung thing to film or get photos? I don't think so. But his head and his beanie hat kept popping out into my shot for the next 20 minutes or whatever it was. I tried to do my best to pan the camera and zoom in and zoom out so that you don't get too much of his head, but it was quite tricky. What's quite cool is that I'm not leaning my head out of the window at this point, folks. I'm just holding my hand out, that's all. Because the camcorder has that, it's got like the fold-out screen that you can flip around and then snap to. So basically, I'm just leaning out with my arm, holding the camcorder, and I can monitor the screen from inside the safety of the coach. I say safety, there's no any real danger of, you know, smashing against a brick wall or anything like this one coming up, but it's the soot. You've got to be careful of the soot. That's why that geezer has got the eye protection on, because the soot coming out of that chimney, if that gets into your eyes, it stings. It can ruin the day. It's happened to me a couple of times before. It happened to me on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, and it happened to me when I was with Gareth on the Llangollen Railway. It's really not pleasant. So if you are going to lean out of these coaches, try and protect your eyes if you can. But didn't she power up that hill easily? I mean, it's quite a bank, as I say, it's quite a gradient out of Keighley, but both locomotives just handled it like just so easily. So, there he was again, popping out. Why? Why did you do that? Yeah, it's still the same, mate. It's still, look again. Yeah, it's still the same. Track and trees. Yep, still more track and trees. So as I say, I try my best to give you a bit of a view of everywhere else. There's like some sort of huge bus depot there, I think. Yep. Really is beautiful scenery. So typically British. It's like Postman Pat Country. So this is where we've gotten off at either Haworth or Ingro again, I can't remember. And it could have even been Oxenhope actually. Yeah, I think it was Oxenhope right down at the far end again. Nice shot of the firebox there. Really was like this engine was alive. It really was. This isn't a machine. This is a living thing. It breathes and it eats and it moves. It's just incredible. So this is the exhibition centre I was telling you about in Oxenhope. Just got a glimpse of Alistair there. Really is worth checking out. Some of these coaches. Oh, and there's Zav. Oh gosh, I think. Who was that? I can't remember his name. I met so many people. I know that was Alex just ducking down, but I'm afraid we caught you, Alex. You're on film.
Wow. What coaches?
Yeah, I met so many people that day. I do apologise if I've forgotten to mention anybody, but I will put a slide up at the end of the video. These coaches, they were absolutely beautiful, you know. Seriously gorgeous. And just look at this locomotive here, this Lancashire and Yorkshire. There's Alex just ducking out of shot again. I don't know what class it was, I never checked. But it was beautiful. So this is back out onto the platform again at Oxenhope, and this is a class 37 rolling in. So this was going to take us back up, and then we were going. I think this is the train we had a drink on. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had half a pint of something. I can't remember what it was. I can't for the life of me think of what that guy's name was.
Oh yeah.
But we were all clustered together at this point, trying to get some really good footage and some good shots of the Class 37. It really was a nice Class 37. So it's gone into the head shunt and it's just going to run around the train now. It's so cool. I think you get him to see. I think he switches the lights in a second. You can hear Alex talking in the background.
Yes. Mine is spelled A-L-A-S-T-A-I-R. Yes, so other than when we train. Yeah. Well, is it a fine for you? Yeah, we have to make like different names.
It does move, I promise. Here we go. But yeah, Oxenhope is just beautiful. Lovely little place. Really, really nice station. Look at that water tower. I mean, you could just model all of this. You could recreate it perfectly. It's adorable. Metal handrails, good. Yeah. I think it's DCC ready. It's got good realistic sound anyway. Sprung buffers, nice, yeah. Go on then, let's give it some juice, see how it goes. Check the track's clean. Yeah. Pickups are working. Okay, give it a bit of juice. Off we go. Oh, what a lovely engine. Yeah, I recommend you buy this, folks. It's just $500,000 or whatever it is. Brilliant. Really nice coaching stock too. So this, I think this is Ingro, I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. But this is where they've got the carriage workshops. Well, it's a fantastic collection of coaches. Oh, that was a coal tank locomotive. Yeah, a coal tank loco. I'll get onto that a bit later. I can't remember what it was called, but the one in green is Nunlo. So I've got to point out at this point, I owe a huge thank you to Alex who he volunteers on the railway along with his friend Joe, and thank you to Alex for getting us permission rather, to cab that locomotive. I do get up onto it in a bit. So here we go, the VCT, the Vintage Carriages Trust.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this footage is a bit random. I accidentally left the button on record. So there's Zav, there's Alex. This is just a bit of a random wander around the shop. I just thought I'd include it because it's a bit random.
All green.
Nice shot of some Yorkie chocolate bars there. Yep, brilliant. Kit Kat, also available. Aero, Smarties. Before cutting back down to a shot of my feet and then crotch. Lovely. Really professional. So, I don't know how long I had been accidentally recording there, but thankfully I realised my mistake and then corrected it. So here I am getting onto one of the coaches. Just look at this. This coach is stunning. I mean, just look at all these private compartments. You just don't get this anymore. I mean, people say that it's safer now, especially for women, because there's no private compartments. But at the same time, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it, that you have to share your space and your air with everybody else. It's nice to have privacy sometimes.
That's very important indeed. That's the vacuum brake release handle. I can put the brakes on if there's a problem. And the big wheel here, that's another brake, a handbrake. Well, I'll have to ask you to leave now. I think we need.
How rude.
So let's have a look at the watch.
Donald just turned up and he's telling me to go.
Door's shut.
Charming.
Well, bye now. Enjoy your visit. See you again sometime.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be back, mate. So here we are. As I say, courtesy of Alex, we got to cab one of the locomotives, and this is me climbing up onto it now. Look at this.
Oh look, it's my old timetable, but accidentally fell out.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. Wave, Alex. Say hello to the whole world,
Can I
Alex.
get a picture?
You're only in.
Well, there's a reflective shot of Alistair.
Hello.
So this is actually inside.
Film.
And there's a class 37 that comes past soon. Well, the same class 37 that we've seen all day. So we get a great shot of it from this cab.
Oh yes, yeah, I'll look in the area.
Thanks for letting us get onto this, Alex.
Well, it's all my fault.
It's beautiful.
It was a bit risky.
We're going to have to get a model of it now.
Oh, you are getting a model, but it's coming out. It's very powerful.
Sandercocks.
Snyder Cox.
Yeah.
The thing is, see that there? That's a 5-box door opener.
What is actually down? Is
It's
there
a door
anything
opener.
down?
That you don't need to use a hand or shovel.
The thing's open. You can see right down.
They might have took the ash pan off. Yeah.
So here we go. Here comes that class 37 again. And this footage is captured from the footplate of that coal tank. Brilliant.
Sometimes it's because you scratch your eye.
Time to go home now, so I think this is the train we're waiting for. Yes, it is. So here comes the Austerity 8F again. About to take us back up to Keighley. And then we sat and waited at Keighley for a while, where I met fellow YouTubers Zach and James. Again, I think one of them was about to set up a YouTube channel. And then we just stayed on the train whilst it took us back down to Oxenhope again. And so here we are. Sav there, just leaning out of the window. We had a great chat to Zach and James about the P2, the Hornby P2, and how it's got a dodgy front bogie. So that was good. But it was great to meet so many people on such a beautiful line. A perfect day.